Let's jump over to see what old and this is funny because I'm actually gonna check out a clip from Commander Coop in the Do Better podcast, his coverage this morning on
this
the
burrito guy. We
hold on. Not yet, Coop, on the whole Shaq and Shaunie situation. And I know from the headlines something about, I think she had a book or something coming out, and she said something to the effect that she was never in love with Shaq. So I wanna see what Theo's reaction to this is, and then I want to give just a little bit of commentary on it from a certain aspect, and we're gonna check out something else. But anyway, I'm gonna quit talking, and we're gonna see where Commander Cooper was up to this morning on this whole Shaq and Shaunie situation. Let's check it out.
The next one, man. Hit the like button, share the content, good people. This is Shaq and Shaunie. Salute to Pink Book Lessons. Always giving us great content as always.
For real.
Shaunie, Shaquille O'Neal's ex-wife. She's married to a preacher man now, and all seems well with the couple. But of course, if she never mentioned Shaq's name, they wouldn't be able to maintain the same lifestyle of attention and fame. Because let's be honest, the only time she ever got attention is if she was mentioned in the same sentence with Shaq or O'Neal. She had 4 kids with him. Many believe she had 5, but it was 4. She got all the money and wealth out of him, but the money isn't enough for them. They want attention too. Which is why she's still talking about a man that at this point she's been divorced from longer than she was married. Married 7 years before Shaunie filed divorce. They've been legally separated now for 15 years and legally divorced for 13. She moved on and married a man that she's really into, for real. Oh, yeah. I don't believe she's with him for fame or money, because this man wasn't famous. And Shaq's legacy is now taking care of both of them. So this new man didn't just marry Shaunie, but he married Shaq's money too. Shaunie is out trying to sell a book right now, and she's pulling a Jada Pinkett, revealing things that she should have kept to herself or between her and her other accomplices in her life that already knew about this. She said that she only wanted to talk about Shaq in her book to clear up any misconceptions about her. Like, girl, stop. You talked about Shaq because you have nothing else to talk about that will garner these people's attention long enough to buy your book. In the book, Shaunie revealed that she never really loved Shaq. When I heard this, of course, I was... doesn't have to be explained. Personally, I didn't need this confirmation from Shaunie because it's not like it's going to stop the sisterhood for feeling sorry for her anyway. Shaunie's done a great job over the last 2 decades playing the long-suffering wife and using that as an excuse to extract resources and continue to use the power of that man's last name to build on television with the Basketball Wives brand, and also using Shaq's own infidelity as a tactic to make him submit to the whole plan. Make him feel guilty, so he willingly gave up the money and the payments and agreed to settlements and everything else without arguing about it. Shaq was like, here, take it out, work and go get some more money. I was such a bad husband for talking to all these women as an international sports figure, dominant player, top of the game. I was just so bad, so here, take what you want and I'll get some more. That was Shaq's attitude.
And she's right. Shaq has fell on his sword on numerous occasions, saying that he was out here fucking, he was out here banging these chicks. You know why? He's a 7-foot dominant, rich basketball player. All the hoes wanted Shaq.
And to be fair, all of that is true. All of that is true. And we know Shaunie knew what she was signing up for. But this is just my personal opinion. This is why most athletes should not bother getting married until after they're out of the league. Just don't do it until after you get out of the league. That's just my opinion, as somebody that has no athletic ability and no money. But we'll let them continue.
It's good. All want them. Hey, hush up. That's so funny, bro. And the fact that I just pulled that random clip and had no idea that was Shaunie O'Neal's new husband, that makes it even better.
He never complained about it, but I have to say, this little known confession Shaunie just put out should really have Shaq thinking right now. All this time, he allowed himself to be portrayed as the villain when he was being conspired against from the beginning. And I don't know, I think he's still locked under the spell. Shaq did respond.
Bro, what kind of truck is that, y'all? That truck is filthy, bro. My car heads. Let me know what kind of truck that is Shaq driving.
Man, I understand I wouldn't have been in love with me either. Wishing you all the best. All love, Shaq. And a lot of women love this response. They started praising Shaq for, quote, taking accountability. This was repeated over and over in the comments on social media. The conversation was more about, well, he was a cheater, that's why she didn't love him, or he took her through so much. You know, the same color purple victimhood story. Not once did anybody say, That would mean you also didn't love him before the infidelity.
Exactly.
You never loved him. You just saw him as a meal ticket the whole time, and you knew as a professional actor.
Come on, blame on!
All of y'all, and you being able to get the ring and push out those kids and take the last name, well, you would declare yourself the winner when you implemented the second phase of your plan, which was to use the same competition you played in with these other women as an excuse to walk away from the poker table when you believed he stacked up enough chips for you to take away and live comfortably without him. Listen, it's not a coincidence that the year Shaq's NBA career was starting to wind down to his last years. You know, when he left Miami, that's the same year Shaunie went to the courthouse and filed for divorce. And the last season he played in the NBA is directly connected to the finalization of that divorce.
And again, I am not saying that it's right, but it's like Shara said, and Pink Book, it's not a secret. What's going to happen with rich athletes, especially in modern times when everything is transactional. So again, that's why athletes don't do it. And then you may save yourself some of these headaches. But on the other end of it too, is like the whole victim thing, and she played that to a T. And I just think it's funny that Pink Book really noticed it as well and is articulating it very well.
I don't care what anybody says, this was all calculated, and everybody around Shaunie was in on the plan except for Shaq. The light bulb still didn't go off in his head yet. He's still blaming himself, which is also a part of the plan. He's got to go along with this in order for the original plan to go on without a hitch. The truth is, Shaunie and every other professional athlete's wife, they already know what time it is when they get with these men. They're not there for a faithful, monogamous man that's going to be home every night. Are you serious? They're there for a lifestyle. They know they're going to be on the road majority of the year playing their sport. That's why, quiet as it's kept, when these guys are near retirement, their wives start sneaking out the back door.
Yep. Let me grab these super chats real quick. Damn, she files his grown talk. Yeah, she did. And to be fair, Shaq was out here fucking there. You know what I'm saying? He was out there. You know what I'm saying? But let me ask y'all this, or maybe we should put it on a poll. If you're with a what is that? Ramesses Montgomery just subscribed. Salute. I apologize if I butchered your first name. I can't read. But is that just part of the lifestyle? If you marry a superstar athlete, is that just, I mean, to me, I think it's a bit naive to think that wouldn't be part of it. But even though I still think that even men in that position should respect their vows. But I'm thinking that's kind of just part of the game, man. They're going to be, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be out on the road doing their thing. Again, not excusing it. Let me write the super chats. South 343 says, with a 7-month channel member, bro, appreciate the stream, bro. Glad to be here. South 343. I appreciate you rocking with your boy for 7 months, man. Switch to PA Texas. What's going on, PA? Shaq has been known for simping for decades, bro. Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
I think you just collected super chats at this point. I think that was the end of your the coverage I had on this one on that particular aspect. What I did want to do though is I actually wanted to check out what Dr. Boyce Watkins or what his coverage was on the whole Shaq and Shaunie thing, and so let me check that out right quick. I think I may either have to do a screen share and pull this up, or did I actually search for it already? Let's see. Where to go for show pro? Let's check it out. Oh yeah, let's search this right quick. Yeah, let's go in here. See. Check out Dr. Boyce Watkins and see what he has to say about the Shaq and Shaunie situation. Let's go to the latest videos. Don't see it. The last couple of days. No, I see the Drake and Kendrick Lamar stuff. And it's just, so we're back in a 2-week period. So yeah, it doesn't look like Dr. Boyce Watkins is covering any of this. Huh. Shoot. Got 300,000 subscribers. Your view count look like mine. Anyway, get off of on that. But why am I wondering about if Dr. Boyce Watkins covered this or not? Well, the reason I'm wondering is because Dr. Boyce Watkins is championed and almost shamed a lot of us men that don't see the same modern day value of being stepfathers as some of our, male figures of previous generations. And the debate of it has been that, number one, it has not been seen and appreciated as an honorable act as it was back then, meaning that oftentimes these guys that do sign up and step up to be stepfathers, a lot of times they don't get the respect from the children. They aren't allowed to discipline the children. It's like the only thing they are able to do is to come in and be a wallet. And when some men just, speak out and say that they decide or choose not to participate in activities like that, Dr. Boyce Watkins likes to shame these individuals. So that's why I was wondering what his take happened to be on this whole Shaq and Shaunie situation, because Shaq actually adopted her son that he had, that she had previous to their relationship. And I'm pretty sure that Shaq does not regret doing that, because Shaq had that upbringing of his own. If any of you are old school enough, you may remember Phil Is My Father. It was a song Shaq dropped back in the 90s where it was literally a tribute to his stepfather. It was in the military, and he attributes a lot of his success and upbringing to that. So I'm sure Shaq has no regret for doing that. But at the same time, Shaq adopted a woman's child. He became a stepfather to a woman's child, and that was commendable. And that child has a great life. And I commend Shaq for it. But to find out decades later, and not only just find out, this lady professed this to the world. It was unnecessary. And like PBL said, a Jada moment. Professed to the world that she never loved him. And Boyce likes to shame us for, those of us that decide not to participate in activities like that. So let's not take my word for it. Let's take Mr. Watkins' word himself. And since we see that he at least not yet, maybe he'll drop a video tomorrow or something like that. But let's see what
you have guys. It's so fascinating to me. You have guys literally who were raised by a single mother who will say single mothers ain't shit. I get it if you say, look, I was raised by a single mother. It was very difficult. I don't want my children to grow up in that situation, or I don't want to be in that situation. I get that. But when you're talking down on women that are similar to the women that raised you, that is indicative of a mental health issue. That means that you have a psychological problem that you're just sort of throwing out there on the internet. And the thing you got to watch out about internet influencers is a lot of them are very unhappy people. They don't have much of a life outside of their YouTube channel. Their relationships are in the garbage, but they sound good, right? And they feed into people's frustrations and their anger and their disappointment. Like a lot of men that complain about women all day are just mad because they shot their shot for a woman that they couldn't get. They went after a girl that was outside of their pay grade. Oh, snap. That's fire. Really, you didn't earn it. She didn't see you as the best option. So now you're pissed at all women. And what I would say to men like that is instead of complaining about the women you can't get, either step your game up or love the women that you can get. This idea that somehow you want to say all black women do this, all black women do that, all black women have standards that are too high, all black women are.
And I don't know exactly what it is that he's responding to. And obviously he saw something, or maybe somebody in this comment section that said that we may have used the word all or something like that. And again, and I don't know if somebody actually literally used the words that single moms ain't ish. And if they did, then I totally get his, response to that. Like you can give the cons about it without, straight up being disrespectful. So if that happened, I get his response on that aspect.
Gold diggers. That's a little bit weird because first of all, it's not true. All black women are not any one particular thing. But then also it's kind of weird that
But then he's doing this focusing on all again. I don't know if whatever he's responding to, if they actually said all or not, or because he sees the comment enough that he's doing the all, because hardly anybody ever uses the term all in anything.
You think that they're all
so he does the shaming tactic to where you can't say anything at all. All
gold diggers, or their standards are too high.
I'm a therapist who goes to therapy, and some people think that's strange. The thing is, though, therapists are human beings, just
when really you just could not meet the standard of the woman you wanted. It's not that higher than you. Give me a yes if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's not that her standards are too high. She just you just didn't meet the mark. And a lot of guys feel resentful because of that, and it makes them sound like bitter little bitches when they get online. And so it's really kind of crazy to me. But anyway, here's where I stand on the whole conversation about, you know, stepfathers and all that. I'm biased because my biological father was not there for me. I had a father that stepped in and raised me, and he was a great man. He is a great man, and there were many benefits, I believe, to raising me. Right, it was very difficult. He could have been out, getting with 1,000 women, but he chose my mother, and he came home to us every day. And the long-term benefits is that now that he's older, he's got somebody there to take care of him. I paid off his house. I literally paid off he owed $100,000 or whatever on his house. I paid his house off. And what a lot of young guys should understand is that when you pour into Black youth, they pour into you when you get older. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you pour into Black children, they're going to pour into you.
Okay. Now, Dr. Watkins's experience was commendable, and it was a blessing, and it's worked out for all parties. My only thing with that is his experience of his stepfather coming in and him being respectful and his mom being respectful and him going off to be successful in the doctor and coming back and paying his stepdad's house off. Is that the norm experience for men that take on that role? And the thing is, should a man take on that role expecting the child to pay their home off, down the line? No. But what I'm saying is, do they get the respect inside of that household for what they're doing? That's my only question about the whole thing. And the fact that Shaunie would come up decades later, man, and profess to the world that she never loved this dude, that took on one of the biggest responsibilities you can ever take, was the biggest slap of disrespect and non-thank you and non-gratitude that it gets out there. And I really do hope Dr. Watkins circles back and speaks on this, because this is a severe black eye on this situation, and it's an example on why a lot of guys are choosing to decline that type of situation. Anyway, that is enough for that. Let's get on to the I was going to get on to the What the Clunk segment, but before we let me see what Sharon talking about. I think it depends on why the person became a single mom. Not all single moms are created equally. That is very, very true. Too many people I know have kids outside of wedlock because, oh my God. Wow. Whoa, Sharon.
Come on. Flame on!
Oh, I'm supposed to be up here trying to host this live stream. Sharon here cooking. Yo, it does depend. It does depend. Marriages sometimes don't work out. Sometimes they're too early. There's not enough counsel. Those types of situations. But the second situation you brought up, there's too much of a situation to where it's incentivized to not try to be more responsible about procreation and working things out and things of that nature. So you're very, very, very right and correct and true on that aspect. And that is sometimes the type of situation that may be a little less appreciative for someone coming in and trying to be that particular figure. So that was the only thing that I was trying to bring up in that. So I appreciate the comment on that, Char, man. You can't, you cooking up there at the Mile High. Shouts out to Char, man. I appreciate you being here.